In this video, we're going to look at some of the questions that you can expect when you write your grade 2 UNISA examination. And I've got some old papers here. Now, the first question usually is, improve the use of rests in the following bars. And then I see that I have to do corrections on the rest that they give me here. Now, I know in 3/4 time that I have 3 crotchets to complete. So when I write this correctly, I have to put that quaver rest with the first quaver in order to complete that first crotchet. And then I complete every pulse. I'm going to do this. You do this with a pencil. I'm going to do it with a pen so that it's a little bit more clear. Now, so that's very important that you give that quaver a little friend. Now, the next one, I see my 2 crotchets. I have no reason to write 2 quavers there. So I can write my crotchet rest to cancel out those 2. And then there's nothing wrong with the last one. Okay. Now, if I have something like this, I know in 6/8 it's compound 2 time. It's very important that I complete my dotted crotchet. If I have a quaver, I cannot have the crotchet rest just after that, because then it looks as if I have my dot in front of my note, and that's completely wrong. So what I have to do is I have to break this up into 2 quavers. That's very important that you remember that. So I write my quaver and I add my 2 quaver rests. I have to do it like that, and there's nothing wrong with that dotted crotchet. Okay, so look at that example. I'm going to write this neat. It's very important to remember that my sounds and my silences must remain where I have it. I have a sound and then I have a lot of silences. I can't swap this around. Now let's look at this question paper. I know that I have to complete every bar. And that's what I said to you. This one can't be the friend of that one because I need a sound, then silences, and a sound at the end. So I write my first quaver and I give it a friend. So that one is correct. I have no reason to write 2 quaver rests there. So I write my crotchet rest in the middle, and there's nothing wrong with the end. So I write it the way that it's there. Here I have my quaver that I can write with its friend. So then I have my first crotchet, and for my second crotchet, I can just do my crotchet rest. Now, a very important thing in 4/4 time, I know that I must always see the middle of the bar. So I need 2 crotchets that side, 2 crotchets that side. So there's nothing wrong with the first one. Don't change that into a crotchet. I need the 2 quavers. Ta-da! But then I need a quaver a crotchet this side and a crotchet that side, and then I carry on. So I can't connect 2 and 3 in the middle. Very important that you remember that. Now the next question is also about grouping. Group the given notes according to the required time signatures. So in 3/4 at the end, I want to group 3 crotchets. Okay? And everything that belongs to the beat or the pulse, I group together. So I have the first crotchet, there's nothing wrong. And I know that in 2/4 or 3/4, I can group all my quavers together. That is a very old rule. You did that in pre-grade 1, you did it in grade 1. So all the quavers can be grouped together here. Now there I see the rule that we have just done at the previous question. I must see the middle of the bar. So I can group the first 4 quavers together, and then I can group number 3 together like this, and I have my crotchet. So all I have to do there is I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quavers, but I group it differently. I group the first 4 together, then number 3, my third pulse, I group together, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because I know in 4/4 time that I can group 1 and 2 together. So that's what I have there. Don't change that into a minim. It's not a minim. I still want the 4 sounds there. And then I have 3 and 4. I can't group those together, number 3 and 4, because I need 2 quavers and a crotchet. Now with 6/8, it's very important that we know that we must form a dotted crotchet this side and a dotted crotchet this side. Don't change this into one note now, into a dotted crotchet. It's not the idea, and not into a dotted crotchet that side. I just group the first 3 quavers together, and I group the next 3 quavers together. That's very important that you have it like that. Now the next one, add 2 bars of rhythm, answering the given opening. A rhythm, they stay on that C line. So I stay on the C line, it's just a rhythm. And it's very important that I know that for the last bar, that I will end with a long note. In this case, my long note will be my dotted minim, and then I can use one of these patterns. So I will have the 1 and 2 and 3, ta, 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 ta. I like that dotted crotchet one there, so I'm going to use that, the material that I have there, ta, and maybe just end with a crotchet there. So use some of the material that you see there. And here we have another example. Now it's important that I avoid ties. And 2 of these ones that they want me to correct, I have ties. I have no reason to write that first one. I can just make it a crotchet. And then the same thing, like in the previous question paper, I know that I can group the quavers together. Now with this one, 1, 2, I know that I want to see the middle of the bar. So I have a crotchet and a quaver. I have my dotted crotchet, and of course beat number 2. For that one, I have the quaver already. I add another quaver that's there. And number 3 and 4 in this case, I can group together. So these 2 I can group together. These 2 I can group together, and there I have my answer. And then the old rule, in 2/4, 3/4, all the quavers in a bar, I can group together. Add 2 bars of rhythm answering the given opening. Now here I have 4/4. So you can end with a semi-brief, or you can end just going a little bit slower, that you maybe have a minim and a minim. I'm going to use that minim and minim. And what they're testing here is that you use one of the patterns or some of the material that you see there. I like this dotted crotchet with a quaver I'm going to have, and then maybe use that pattern there. So I can mix and match, and then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, they all group together or correctly, and then I have my ending. Now this is quite a lot of marks, 9 marks for writing the solfa notation into staff notation. I see there 3 crotchets in a bar. and I have no key signature in front because this is C major, and I must write my time signature. 3, 4, mi, re, so, do. So this is the low do. I can already do that one. Do. Okay, and that shows that the counting is carrying on there and on there, so I make this a dotted minim. And now, mi, do, re, mi, C, D, E must be a crotchet. Do, re, C, D, also a crotchet. And then so, do, re, mi, fa, so, C, D, E, F, G. So that's quite easy. And then I have my do that is 3 counts long. Here we have another example of a transcription from solfa notation into the staff notation. Do is C, and I count 3 crotchets there and 3 crotchets there. So I know it's in 3/4 time. Again, I see my do. They say do is C, and it's not the high do. The high do will have that little one on top. It's not that one, so it's the middle C one. And again, it's 3 counts. Re, do, re, C, D. And now do, re, mi, fa, C, D, E, F. And then the so, do, re, mi, fa, so, C, D, E, F, G. So that's quite a lot of marks for the tonic solfa there.